Hello and welcome to the Robot is Dead Gaming channel. I'm Robot and you're tuning in to see what I think about games. If you like what you see and you don't mind doing it, please like, comment, and subscribe. The subscriptions mean so much to me and the channel's been getting so much love recently. I'm so excited to bring to you what I think is the biggest deal of 2025. The drop of Ghost of Yotei from Sucker Punch Studios. Now, I want to keep in mind here, this film is from the first 2 hours of the game, and it's heavily chopped. I don't want you to get any lore if you can help it. You can be a detective and be reading the subtitles because I'm hard of hearing, but I heavily chopped it. I don't want any of the little nuggets and surprises given away here. I just wanted to give you a taste without getting a taste, rather. But everything to look at in this game is just so breathtaking. Every asset is so just well thought out. It seems to be well curated for processing. It just seems like this is peak entertainment. And if I were to define something as next gen, an experience as next gen, and we can't really call next gen anymore, it's more this gen, this is it. And I hope that, because on the channel, people have been seeing me bitch about UIs, pardon my French, for entirely too long. Here lately, I've just been harping on that and harping on that and harping on that. And here Sucker Punch is with a masterclass on how to do UI, gameplay, and visuals. And the main thing between Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei that I'm seeing, the main thing, is a bunch of camera angle changes and a complete visual overhaul. And it has added entertainment to certain what would be rather more boring scenes in the game. So NPC dialogue is a bit more entertaining. There's more change up. And I know since 2020, TikTok has kind of taken off, and all of us have ADD, including me, for a little bit more just by existing. Because it's like we're always flipping through reels and having messages and stuff like that, where if you exist in any of this media, everything's got to be flashy. Well, what's cool about this game is it fits this dark theme tonality. If I had to say what the story is like, I'd give it like a John Wick type of feel. It's a lot like it's a vengeance tale. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's, this woman, and she is here to avenge her family. Her family's been killed, and she's here to avenge her family by a group of people. And she wants to find these people, and she's quite determined. And I think what complements the main character is the setting. And I know that's a dead giveaway. It's a ground ball, is what me and my buddies have been saying. It's a ground ball. The setting, it's something that we all want to do. I want to be ninja. We all want to be ninja now. At least in the Western world over here, the ninja stuff just takes off. This is a true successor to Ghost of Tsushima, but technically it's I guess you would call it a prequel, because it's happening like, I think 400 or 500 years before the other game happens, or something like that. I don't really have the time down, but what's really cool about this is if you haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, you can drop right into this, and it doesn't seem to hinder your experience in any way, form, or fashion. It seems you can just jump in and boom. And I know I said ninja, but it's a little less ninja. It feels a little bit more samurai. I've played more since this first 2 hours. Oh, yes. And I want you to see on cam, there's a few things that they're doing, mini games, things of that nature, where they're accessing the potential of the PlayStation 5 controller. And I think games are scared to do that. A lot of games are. They've got us using the touchpad to write, or using the touchpad to start a fire, or using the controller to hammer steel, fresh, hot steel. Things like that make you feel alive and a little bit more immersed in the world. And it feels stupid because you want to find this happy medium. Like, it's not a Wii controller, so you don't want to seem like an idiot, while you're operating your PS5 controller. But at the same time, the immersion is encouraged here. I like that. Now, the bamboo strikes, they were a little bit too complicated for me. I'm too slow these days for that. And it seems like the game was sort of gauging me on that. I think it could feel that I wasn't keeping up with the bamboo strikes, and maybe it made it easier. And I've been playing this game on medium difficulty, and it's got a little bite to it for me. There were a bunch of different difficulties. They have the lethal difficulty, normal through, whatever the harder one is. And the lethal one is the one strike to your opponents gets you the kill, and one strike towards you gets them the kill. And it's a very immersive way to play. And my friends highly enjoy playing that way. And what's cool is, if you wanted to, visual, just like in Ghost of Tsushima, you could play this in black and white with the Japanese language and looking at subs. And they have just dedicated so much time to immersion. They go out of their way to make these sequences where you have memories, and instead, if you don't have nostalgia for this game, they can help give you nostalgia like a good anime would. They give you that nostalgia as if you were a child, because you're coming in and out of these memory sequences, and they're seamless with the touchpad. They're seamless. You can go from being a kid one moment to being the older version of this woman, and she's having these premonitions of when she was a child and what the future could bring. But as you can see, the visual is just breathtaking. It's breathtaking to see what this game has on offer. And I know that the Game Awards don't typically like sequels, so I'm interested to see where this falls as far as the opinions of people. I know it's going to get played a lot. I know that. And I also don't know if they have multiplayer coming or not, because with the Tsushima game, they had like a little multiplayer thing that was in there, and I don't know if that's coming or not. If you know, drop in the comments. I'm not really in touch with that. I just dump my opinions here and like to converse with you guys about what these games have on offer, and I think this is the best of 2025. If you can afford a full price game, which full price games these days coming in at that 70, 80, 60 mark, it can be hard. In this economy, it can be really hard, but it seems like you're getting much more value here than, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, you would in a Borderlands 4. Not to compare these two, but this is true storytelling. They're trying to give people experiences with games again. And I'm a little bit biased on the mark. My friends make fun of me because I've platted like every Sly Cooper game 2 or 3 times at this point. So I'm always biased to what Sucker Punch puts out. I think Sucker Punch is a lot like a Rockstar in their era. Like, they like doing what they like to do, and they like to do it well. So this is a very polished experience. I like how the map is. Now, right now, from the parts I'm in, the map seems kind of small a little bit, but I would think through, if it's anything like the first game, they made it very full. So the game likes to expand upon itself over time. So the more you play, it kind of expands on itself. You end up getting more map, which allows you to access more of these places that allow you to expand your character. It's a very rewarding gameplay. What I really liked is the world feels very alive. It feels like when you go somewhere, you could have any kind of experience. And that was kind of the fault of Ghost of Tsushima, I thought, was it just had so much filler in it. But the filler, even then, was fun. It was fun filler, because you had your little fox dens, you had your little altars, you had your little things that you would go and do, and they were fun. I'm not going to act like I didn't plat it twice. I obviously liked it enough to play it that many times, and I know people who liked it enough to play it more times than me, with no purpose to play it, no trophy to go get or anything. This is another experience that's being given to the people, another storytelling, alive world. You can go somewhere and you can end up getting in a fight, not know that that fight is going to lead you into knowing more details about the group that you're pursuing, and it makes that story immersive. It makes it to where when you're asking about whoever you're pursuing or something like that, it feels very Red Dead Redemption-y in that way. And one of my friends was just making that joke. He said, it's very Red Dead Redemption. This is Ghost of Redemption sort of in that way, but Red Dead Redemption was a damn good game too. Very immersive. Both of those were. But I'm biased. I even liked Red Dead Revolver. But that is on a completely other note. As far as the way the game feels good as well. Not only does it look good, it feels good. The fighting mechanics feel good. Even when I lost, I kept feeling that feeling within me like, I don't want to let these guys win. I got to hit this again. And if I died, I'd go again and go again and go again because it just feels like that's there. I got caught in a loop where I was doing that a couple times, but like I said, they made the bamboo strikes easier on me. I guess they knew that my brain function isn't as much as everyone else's or something. They just knew. So it's like it altered itself. The cutscenes are like movies. They're really that good. I think it complements the main character, the setting. I think that the more we play this, the more we'll see the nuances of it. And what you're appreciating here is art. And I think that this should be the new staple for what games should be reaching for, not getting rushed out, full priced, half baked experiences. I think that if every other developer that was big now would look at this and see what this experience is. It's been a while since I've called a game an experience, but that's what this is. This is an experience. It's like when they describe the Dune movie or something. This is an experience. It's like you're opening a book. You can fall in. Now, this is just particular to my experience. I don't think this is going to be particular to everyone's experience. It's just me. Some people can fall in this world and just probably exist in here. But for me, I had to play a few hours and take a break just because of the dark themes. And people will go, oh, yeah, well, it's not that dark. Well, you can tell. I can give you a peek a little bit of the gore and stuff like that. And the story hits you deep. And a lot of people don't like their storytelling to not be deep. Yeah, I can't fault that. That's not the game's fault. That's my fault. That's not on them. They're telling a good story. It's a nice, deep story. Like I said, it's a story of vengeance. It's a John Wick style thing that follows this lady. And I think they did really good on the skill trees. I think they did really good on the controls. I think they did really good. You can see this open world is alive while I'm fighting. Things are happening around you. They're changing. They want you to feel like you're a part of it. They do a great job of that. A few things are being introduced this go around, and one of the things is like cooking and getting buffs from cooking, doing that kind of stuff. And there's so many things in between the lines that you could use to make your game better and to become more immersed and to further that experience and expand upon that. And I just like that. I like the fact that they're toying with things that seem more interesting. They're not just changing things to change things. They're changing things to make storytelling better. Like there was a point where I was stacking rocks, and you can see the rocks here. I was stacking rocks, and I thought to myself, I was like, well, what is this doing? What am I accomplishing by doing this? Because I saw no pop-up, But it's storytelling. Somebody behind me had to tell me that. They were like, well, look at this. It's just part of the story. It's part of the experience, like the music or anything else. There's storytelling. Oh, and here's a glimpse of the photo mode as well, which I really like that. When you have this beautiful of a world with constant, sudden, and consistent palette changes, it makes you feel like the more you explore, the more you're being rewarded. And they did. They rewarded my curiosity numerous times. They would reward my curiosity with story when you go places that you see other people haven't went. Because I watched people play, and then I also played myself. And I went places that other people didn't go, and they rewarded my curiosity for that. Be it with coin, supplies, or a little bit of exposition about the character, the story, their family, what have you. And each character just seems like they have so much personality. You could be talking to someone one moment, be friendly, the next, end up in a fight. And that fight could happen quick, on a dime. And that's exciting. It makes you feel like you're in the Wild Wild West. And one of my friends, he was making fun of me. He said, parts of this bar scene feel kind of spaghetti westerner-y. But I was talking to someone else about it, and they were like, I love that. I love the spaghetti westerny. Yeah, I think I do too now. I'm a convert. If I get to walk in the saloon and be Asta, I think her name is, like, this town ain't big enough for the two of us. Well, it's time. It's time to start feeling these things and start instead experiencing a game and enjoying a game again. But these are just some of my first impressions. You know what you get when you click on this. I really, really appreciate you. Everything you do, every bit of engagement means so much to me. If you don't mind, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about this new game. Are you getting it? Are you not getting it? What are you doing? You waiting for a sale? Good luck on that one with something of this quality. See ya. Thanks. Bye.